Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In War of the Visions JP, let's go back into the Behemoth 3-star fight. This one with the intention of showing off Sakura, who will probably be released next week in Global, and then also Mega Mont at 79. And then also there will be a rant about Mont. I was thinking about doing a separate video about that, but I don't know. I can kill two birds with one stone. As we can see from the running time, there's lots of time to fill, so I can just stick it in here, and then we can also talk about the tactics and stuff. But the team I'm using, first is Sakura. She has the Fireworks Vision card. That will be good for just the magic personal ability. There's no Man-Eater to use in here. I'm probably not going to use Ruin Jaw. It's just here for the magic. Next is Mashiri. She'll be here as a magic attacker. All of the behemoths will be weak to light, so I have mostly light characters in here. She has the Trousseau Vision card, which maxed will give everybody casting time reduced. So that will help pretty much everybody here. Next is Mariaru. She'll be a kind of a backup healer, backup attacker. I gave her the Horn Vision card. At max that will give light elements HP up, so that's nice. And the next is Fina. She'll be my main healer. I gave her the Black Rose Vision card for the magic up, of course, and then also agility up for all of my party members. At max, it gives your dark units a party ability, elemental party ability, but no dark units here, so we don't have to worry about that. And last is Mega Mont. He'll be my physical tank. He's going to be good enough, even at 79, to take the attacks in this mission, so we can look at him here. He has the Mont Vision card, which will give fire units like HP up and attack up and area of effect resistance up. So yeah, that should be a good card for him here. Okay, let's head into the fight. And I said this, I think, in the last Behemoth Clear video, but I would revisit these 3-star Esper fights because I knew that they would be good places to show off units, experiment with stuff, maybe do challenge runs with like lower rarity units or fewer units. And I am using some lower rarity units in here, so you can see how they perform. But yeah, since I got the clear with this team, PvE has not been power crept to the point where you need all UR units or you need all EX job units, so we're still doing okay. But the Mont Rant, it's not actually about the unit itself or how it was implemented. It's about the reaction that I'm getting to saying that I did not want to pull for him and then pulling him. But first, let's look at Sakura's turn here. She has some lightning element attacks, as we can see, but most of them are light element, including most of her sub-job. All of her sub-jobs are going to have the light element attacks. But there she used the light blade, and that's probably going to be her bread and butter attack for most people. It's a magic scaled magic attack, but has no casting time, so basically it's her version of the jamming thrust. And then, although Sakura does have the red maid sub-job, she doesn't have jamming thrust, so that's too bad. So she will be relying on the light blade a lot. Okay, next is Mega Mont. We're going to put him in the way of all of the attackers, and then we'll use this TP skill to raise his hate, and then also his agility. So yeah, I can use him without the Vow of Love Vision card. Alright, here's Fina with Kuraga, again being my main healer. And then I have my characters positioned here along the edge here, because if I have enough guys there, I can block the behemoths from jumping up there and sort of protect myself. Okay, here's Banishka Blade from Mariaru, it's pretty good damage. Alright, but getting back to the reactions I've gotten to my pulling Mont. When he was announced, I said I would not pull for him, And in that moment, that was the truth. But later, when I saw like his banner rates were upped, they were giving out a lot of his free unit shards, my feelings changed. And so when I was pulling for him and I wanted him, that was the truth at that moment as well. And one final truth, feelings change. We're only human, and so like, new information or circumstances change. Feelings can change. The human heart is mutable. But people are acting like I lied to them or I deceived them. But I didn't lie, I didn't promise anything, I didn't do anything wrong, so I don't owe anybody an apology. When you do something like misrepresent the truth, however, like when you say a banner is rigged when it is not, that is a lie, and that is something that people should apologize for and seek forgiveness for. But yeah, basically that's it for the Mont rant. And then people that are trying to use it as fuel to like, score cheap points against me, I'm not impressed, and I am going to block you. I've already blocked like half a dozen people today. And that's the great thing about having a free channel. I don't need to worry about making everybody happy. I just need to make myself happy. Alright, but back to the fight. Yeah, as we can see, the purple behemoths, they have more resistance to magic than like the yellow or the gray one. But we can plug away at them, take them down little by little. But yeah, Mega Mont, he's doing just fine, taking all of these physical-based attacks on these from these behemoths. And then Mont here, he will use a self-buff that will raise elemental resistance for everybody around him. That's a very rare skill. It's kind of hard to come across elemental resistance in any form now, whether it be a self-buff or like a Trust Master or like an Esper ability or something. So yeah, very rare, very nice. And then Sakura, she has that as well. That will raise lightning, light, and dark, while Mont will raise everything, all 8. And then there we saw from the Grey Behemoth, Mont was hit by an attack, and it had the instant KO status effect. So yeah, even though Mont was taking all of the attacks just fine, that special status effect got through and took him down. And so with my Fina, I'm going to cast a full life on him. That's my only use of that spell, but yeah, Mont, keeping him up, that's kind of my top priority, so that I can protect all of my other characters and then, you know, take down the enemies. Mariaru and Mashiri are kind of tanky. They can take a couple hits, but yeah, they can't act as actual tanks the way that I have them set up, so definitely want Mont to come back. Okay, thankfully it went off. Okay, Cure on Mariaru. Okay, and there's one of Sakura's marquee attacks. That has a Dark Slayer in it, so that will be one of the better damage sources in this mission. But does have a casting time, so I need to keep that in mind. But yeah, that elemental resistance area of effect buff, both for Mont and Sakura, it's so good, I think, and it's so rare that I could see people bringing those two characters into fights purely for that ability. But overall, I would say Sakura, she's kind of a pretty straightforward magic attacker. She has some instant cast capability with her limit break, and then also with that light blade attack. But for most of the other time, she's going to have casting time, so you do have to keep that in mind. Like calculators and then like Garble and stuff will have a bit of an advantage over her in that sense. Sakura, she will be a kind of a key component for the future light meta after Yuna and Bahamut are released. She's not necessary, but she's a really good part of that. She has the party ability, which will raise the stats of other light units in your team, so that makes her really good for that. Okay, here again we'll use the light blade. Instant cast, pretty good damage. She does good damage. And I really like her voice acting in this game, because there's a lot that she says. She's originally from Brave Exvius, but she has like one line in the entire game that's spoken out loud from her limit break there. So yeah, it's very cool in War of the Visions to see like so much movement of the sprites, and then so much voice acting as well. Whoops. So there I was not able to kind of block off the advance of the enemies, so now we have a Behemoth up on top with us there. Oh, and Fina too. She has like Light Veil and Dark Veil. Those are from her Cleric subjob, which I equipped just for this fight. And yeah, that too is going to come in handy. But she goes down. And I think I'm going to have to go the rest of the fight without her, because I use my full life on Mont because he's the top priority to keep up. But hopefully I can get enough healing from my other guys and then stay up. Okay, but one last banish on this Behemoth. Excellent. And then the dead Behemoths, you know, they will take up space with their corpse there, so I can kind of take advantage of that and then block out these other Behemoths. So actually when they disappear into crystals, that kind of exposes me. And I don't remember if I use Sakura's limit break in this go, so I'll just talk about it here. But area of effect, it has the same area of effect as Mediena's limit break. It'll hit 3 times, so it's good for chaining. And it can be cast turn 1, so it can be good for farming as well. My favorite team right now for like arena and then free matches is actually Rob and Sakura and Vistral, a mono light team that's kind of centered around evade, but with Sakura in there as a magic attacker. And that's been surprisingly successful actually. Maybe later I want to do some videos showing that team off. Oh, and I was going to talk about this before, but the future light meta, the teams that I saw most with a Yuna on them, they were like Yuna, and then some kind of tank. It was either Warrior of Light or Engelbert, and then it was another attacker, and it was either Sakura or Erushireru. Sakura and Yuna together work well because they're both magic attackers, so you can use like the Behemoth vision card or like other vision cards to raise the magic of the party. But the party that I had more trouble going against was Erushireru with the Greatsword, because then I would have to defend against magic and physical slash attacks. And so if you were, if you're sure you're going to go for Bahamut and Yuna, and then you want to go for the mono light team, I think you could do great with Sakura, has great synergy within the team, but if you wanted to sort of mess up your opponents a little bit more, maybe go for Erushireru instead. Okay, level 4 Banishka from Mariaru, that's pretty good damage. And then a very nice height as well. That's one advantage of calculators. Okay, then Mont casting his AoE range regen. That's a very unusual skill. Okay, Sakura again with the Light Blade. Amazing attack. So yeah, again, instant cast, very nice damage. And then with Mont, where he is, he's kind of blocking off that Behemoth from jumping up. Alright, Mariaru, I would like to use another calculator skill for the great elevation range, but not enough AP, so we'll just use a TP skill. We can use a Purify from the Trustmaster. That will give a barrier to my guys. And yeah, recently the strength of barriers has been very apparent in PvP. I think we saw that in the Asaruto Invitational Tournament recently. Okay, Behemoths are blocked off, so they're just going to sit there. Alright, Sakura again with the Light Blade. That will take down the yellow Behemoth there. Ooh, and another yellow one. Okay, level 4 Banishka. Okay, with Mont, again, we're going to use that self-buff to raise the elemental resistance. I was debating if I wanted to move him closer to my other guys so I could spread around that buff. But again, I like his positioning so that the Behemoths are stuck down there, so we'll just leave him there, and then I'll move my other characters towards him. Alright, but I left space on the other side, so the Behemoth jumped up anyway. Okay, with Sakura, we'll cast a spell, jump into that area of effect. And Mariaru too, I want to get into that area of effect as well. But let's see what we can use beforehand. Immune to Don't Act, so that's not going to work. Alright, we'll use the Height Banish. Alright, then everybody gets the elemental resistance up. Okay, there's Sakura's magic attack. Again, Light Element, Dark Slayer. It'll be interesting to see how Sakura counters Dwayne. She's already a good counter for Kain. She has an ability that can negate guts, or courage, rather. Alright, let's see if I have an attack from Mont that can do some damage. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, this Behemoth is weak to magic. Might be strong against Slash, so that might be what we're seeing there, but we can break the guy at least. Okay, and then Drain there from Mashiri. Okay, Light Blade again, take down the Behemoth there. Alright, Mariaru, she needs the HP, so let's grab the crystal. And then we can heal Mont. So I think we're doing okay without Fina. Of course, this would not be an all missions clear, because I did have somebody KO'd, but I already got that before, so we'll just go for the regular clear here. Whoops. So that was an instant KO hit there onto Mashiri. We'll just forget about her. Don't need to raise her. We only got the one enemy left, so I figured I could make it the rest of the way. Okay, Light Blade again. And instant KO on Mont as well. So now I'm just down to Sakura and Mariaru. I think I can take him down before he gets us. Okay, but Light Blade again there. We'll pick up the crystal so that the Behemoth can't grab it. Alright, Mariaru is out of AP. We'll just use a Magic Barrier. We don't need it for the barrier, but that costs a lot of TP, so get some AP back for that. Okay, Mariaru's turn again. And let's use Banish Blade. Alright, so that was a clear with mostly light units, a couple of MR units, and then new units, or upcoming units rather, in Sakura and Behemoth. Alright, that'll do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.